Hi everyone, welcome to Wendy's Personal Pilates. Here's another selection of exercises for you to do. We're going to start with just warming up slightly, so just standing nice and tall in our Pilates stance, and check your feet are parallel and legs are hip width apart. Stand nice and tall, roll the shoulders round and down, taking a nice big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So today we're going to look at moving and connecting our movements so we flow through the class. Okay, so let's just do some little swizzles from side to side, just bending your knees lightly and just moving round and round, moving the arms side to side, breathing as we go, in through the nose and out through the mouth. So just warming up the thighs here and the knees a little bit as well as we move. So just gently moving side to side, taking the head with us and then back to centre. And just continue, little bends there in the knees and just rolling the shoulders. So that's back, and then let's go the other way. Nice long arms as we go. And then come back to centre, and then taking a wide squat, let's just go one to the side, one to centre, one to the other side. So this is warming up our glute muscles, warming up the hips, warming up the knees and the ankles. So one more each direction. And then back to centre. So taking a nice stretch up to the ceiling, reach, 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 reach. And just bring the arms down. Come to the end of your mat, just going to get you to roll down. So we're just going to reach again to the top. All the way up, taking a nice big breath in to draw in the core. Okay, and then folding down slowly, rolling down. So let's open up the vertebrae. Just imagine opening up a train track as you go down, pulling the core up to the spine. Rolling all the way down to the mat there. I'm going to take a big breath in here, just breathing out, but holding your core up. Let's just roll up one time. Bringing the arms up overhead. Reaching slightly back when we get to the top. Breathing out. Big breath in to engage the core, and let's roll down one more time. And then bring yourself all the way down onto the mat. We're just going to come onto our bottoms to start with and sit down. Okay, so we're going to start with just feet bent and knees parallel and hip width apart. Sit with that nice tall spine. Imagine you're on a piece of string still. So holding just underneath your thighs. We're going to start with taking a breath in, which engages the core. Hold it there, but keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. And then just rounding your back down. Let's just round the back and stretch out the back there, the lower back. Breathing out. And then breathing in to sit up. Okay, so we're going to breathe out. And we're going to roll back a little bit further. This time we're just going to come back to just above the mat there. Holding the core. So breath in here and then just breathe out to come forward and stretch forward. So you get a nice stretch there in the lower back. So let's do the same again, one more time. Breath in, breathing out, roll yourself back. And this time bringing the arms up and holding yourself here. See if you can twist from side to side, back to centre, and then bring yourself up. And lean forward. But as we lean forward, this time let's reach those arms up to the ceiling. Okay, and then fold yourself forward over your toes. And then just reaching up, bring the arms back in front and your hands to your thighs if you need the support. Let's take ourselves a little bit further down. So we're not quite going all the way down, so my back's down but my shoulders are still off the floor. I'm just going to bring the arms up and round. Just overhead, Breath in here and then just breathing out. Hold on to the backs of your thighs if you need to. Bring yourself up. Roll yourself forward towards your toes. Reach the arms forward and look up. So stretching in the lower back there. And then just breathing in and fold down towards the toes there. So just breathing out. And then just bring yourself back. Let's just do that one more time. So we're rolling back, rolling down. We're going down, rolling each vertebrae onto the mat. Breathing out as we go. Taking the arms up overhead and round. And then up over the head one more time. Follow with the eyes. Keeping the head and shoulders off the mat. Breathing out to come up again. Come forward. Lean over the knees and reach forwards. Reaching up to the ceiling. Breath in, then just breathing out. Roll forwards, touch down towards the toes. And then just bring the arms up and just come back to seating. So just rounding your backs, right? Rounding the shoulders round. That's it, lovely. Stretching the back. Okay, so bring yourself down onto your back. We're going to lie onto bridge here. Okay, so making sure your knees are parallel and pointing up at the ceiling, so they're hip width apart. Your feet are on the mat, and you just relax your shoulders down onto the mat here. So taking a breath in, so that draws the core in. We've got that natural gap underneath the waist. You can check this by sliding your hands underneath, and then take a breath in here, and then just breathing out, roll the hips back towards the rib cage, making sure your eyes are just looking up at the ceiling and you're not looking back behind you. If you find you're looking behind you when you're laying down here, then place a towel just underneath your head. So pushing those hips up as high as you can, so we're stretching into the glutes, pushing the knees away, breathing all the air out, and then just breathing in to come back down. But as we come back down, let's bring the arms overhead. But you have to make sure you imprint each vertebrae into the mat. So reaching up here, so one more time, let's do this again. So breathing in, out to go up, pushing those hips up to the ceiling, the arms down to the mat. Breath in here, breathing out, let's go down again and bring those arms overhead, reaching as you go, making a lovely long line. So breath in here, breathing out, let's go again. Rolling the hips up, pushing the knees away, placing the arms down towards the feet there. And breathing in here, then breathing out. Let's just roll the back down and take the arms overhead. And just stretch it there. Lovely. So bring the arms round, just catch the knees in here, just have a little rock from side to side, massaging that lower back. Okay, so we've conveniently got the knees here in our hands. So let's just have a little pull here. Just pull our bottoms up. So you're pulling your hips off the floor. Your head and shoulders are up. So just take a breath in here and make sure your core is drawn into your spine. Okay, and then we're just going to take hold of one knee and push the other one away. Take hold of the other knee and push the other one away. So single leg stretch, blowing the air out through the mouth each time you push a leg away. One more each side. And then hug the knees in, just rock that bottom up as we just did. So lifting the bottom up, and now we push the legs away and take the arms overhead. Now if you need to pop the head down, if you're finding it too much to do both, you can just keep the head down. Pull the knees in though each time, so you're lifting up the hips. And lift. So reaching long, really point and stretch the fingers and the toes. So we've got longer limbs. Lengthen those toes, lengthen those arms. Pull the knees in. One more. Hug the knees in. And then just lay your head down, rock your head from side to side to release any tension if you're finding that's building up in your neck. Okay, so from here we're just going to hug the knees in and we're going to start to rock, pulling that core in. Let's just rock backwards and forwards. You start to rock up onto your sit bones. Roll yourself down, up onto your sit bones. Roll yourself down. So you've got to make a really rounded spine to do this, a really rounded back. And again. And then we go back again. And this time, if you can, take your legs overhead. Now you don't have to, you can just keep your knees bent there if you want to, but if you can take your legs overhead, then that's great. Let's just roll down and just change slightly what we're doing. So if this is too much to take your legs over, just practice rolling and just lifting. Rolling and just lifting. So you'll gradually go back a little bit further. If you've got a cushion, you could place it underneath your bottom. So each time you lift, you go back a little bit further. And then eventually, hopefully, you'll be able to join me with your legs over your head. So if you can get your legs over your head, straighten your legs. And then with control, bring yourself down. With control, bring the legs down. Keep the core engaged. And then do that again, take them back overhead. And then breathing out as we come down, control using the core to bring you down. Nice and slowly does it. Take a nice long legs forward. And then see if you can just bring yourself up to seated. And can you reach and teaser? If you know the options, you can bring your knees bent like this, where you're just holding the legs to support, but try and get yourself into a straight back situation where you're sitting on your sit bones and your legs are nice and long. Well done, everybody. Okay, so from here, let's just bring ourselves to side sitting. We're going to sit with our legs open. We'll do some spinal rotations. I'll turn around, so you can see me this way. So nice long arms out to the wall then. So out nice and long. So we're just going to turn. Take a breath in to prepare. I want you to sit nice and tall. We want a straight back. So if you need to sit with your knees bent because you've got tight hamstrings or your hip flexors aren't that flexible, please do. You can sit on a cushion if it helps you to have a straight back. So opening the arms wide to a T. Lovely tall back. So we're just going to turn. Pulse, pulse, and then come back to centre and turn the other way. Pulse, pulse, come back to centre. And let's go again. Pulse, pulse, come back to centre and pulse, pulse, and back to centre. So breathing out each time you pulse, pulse, and then back to centre. Pulse, pulse, and back to centre. So one more each way. And then stop here. Let's take the arms up overhead and let's just open them and come back to centre. So each time you turn now, we're going to just take the arms overhead into nice long lines. So long straight arms, not bent elbows, long straight arms. And then arms down. Back to centre. Turn again. Arms up to the ceiling. And then arms down again. Back to centre. One more each side. Arms up to the ceiling. So an extension of your spine, making your arms part of the spine. Round to the other side and up. Nice and long and down and back to centre. Bring your arms down. Give your shoulders a little roll forwards and back, just to give yourself a nice little breather there. Okay, so taking a nice breath here. Okay, I'm going to do a reverse leg pull. So do which level you prefer. So what I'm going to do is take my hands behind me. Take a breath in. I've got my heels digging into the mat. I'm going to lift myself up into a nice long line here and lower. So lifting and lowering. Now if you prefer, you can bring your feet in and you can take yourself into this shape. Okay, so lifting and lowering from this position. So you're bringing your bottom down and you're bringing your bottom up, pushing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So you can do either level, so on your heels if you prefer. So lifting the hips and lowering, and lifting, and lowering, and lifting, and lowering. So one more, and lowering. Okay, so then just sit and give your legs a little twist here. Just give your wrists a little wiggle, I mean. Okay, so we're just going to open our legs to the corners of the mat. Okay, we're going to do some rolling forwards. Again, a nice tall spine. So just take a breath in and then just breathing out. Pull the spine, tummy into spine and just roll forwards, roll forwards, roll forwards, roll forwards towards your toes And once again, we're going to lift up with the arms whilst holding the core strong and lift back down towards the toes, breathing all the air out. Take a breath in here to pull the spine tightly, and then just bring the core in as you come back up to sitting nice and tall. So breathing in here, breathing out, core into spine. Push yourself forwards, core is engaged. Nice smooth movements. Let's lift those arms up to the ceiling and lower the arms. And lift the arms up to the ceiling and lower the arms. And then just bring yourself back, restacking the spine and making sure the shoulders come down. You don't end up wearing shoulder earrings. Let's do one more of those. Breath in to prepare. Breathing out. Let's just move ourselves forward. We're rolling forward, rolling forward, rolling forward. Lifting the arms up and lowering the arms down. So that one more time. Lifting those arms up and lowering the arms down. Breath in. Let's restack the spine and bring ourselves back to center. Give your shoulders a lovely little roll round and round. Okay, and now as we've got the feet open, we're going to move into saw, but we're going to change a little bit what we do. So with saw, let's take ourselves out with nice long arms. Take a breath in to prepare. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall. This is what we're trying to achieve. So if you're struggling with sitting tall because your back is stiff, please sit on a cushion and or a pillow. Just make sure you're comfortable there. Bend your knees up. That will help you with the mobility of your lower back. Okay, so let's just take a twist to the side. Fold forward. Have a look behind you at your hand here. Breathing out. Breathing in to come up and back to center. Breathing out to rotate to the other way. Folding forward to your toes. And then just breathing in to center. Come back to center. So this time we're going to add on. So rotating. We're going down forward to the toes, looking behind us. We're bringing the arm back behind us. And we're just going to now turn and lift ourselves up if you can. And reach over. And then bring your bottom back down. Come back to center. Rotate to the side. Go forward and touch your toes. Hand up. Bring the back hand down. And then you're going to lift the hips up and just turn towards that hand and that side, but down on the mat. Okay, then bring yourself down, bring the arms back up and come back to center. Now, if that's too much for you, you don't have to add that on. You could just do as we've done in previous weeks, where we touch our toes, we bring our hand back, we bring that arm over. If you want to do this variation, you can do. And we're doing this where we just rotate from side to side, doing a nice curve there with the arms. So you can choose the level you wish to do. So I'm going to show you again what I've just done on the first one. So I've now put the arm back. I'm coming up, pushing my heels into the mat so I can lift, and I'm rotating over, making a nice long line. I'm coming back down to center. I'm rotating to the other side. I'm pushing my hand towards my toe, I'm looking behind me, placing my back hand down. I'm lifting my hips up and I am rotating to that side. And then I'm bringing my bottom back down, back to center, back round, and just give my shoulders a roll. Well done everybody if you tried that one. That's quite tough lifting yourself up, but it works the shoulders. It's quite tough on the shoulders and the wrists, so just give them a release here by giving them a roll. Okay, and moving the hands round and round. Okay, so just bring yourself round to side sitting now. We're just going to place our knees on top of each other. We're just going to stack our knees, and we're just going to lean onto our one hand here. So you can take the top leg out long, or you can leave the knees stacked if you prefer. And then we're just going to lift ourselves up into mermaid. I'm taking my leg out long and I'm reaching overhead. And I'm bringing myself back down again and bringing my knees back in. So you can leave, have one nice long leg, reaching over. Or if you prefer, you can bring them both out long if you want that challenge to take it to the next level. So it's nice and long, whichever you prefer. But we are going to add on in a moment. So I'm just going to do one more of these. single knee, lifting up and coming down. Okay, so we're now going to come up onto that knee. So we're going to do some adding on. So bring yourself up onto the knee, bring the leg up. Let me just move up a tiny bit for you. Bring the leg up, and then we're going to do leg forward, leg back, leg forward, leg back. Now, if this is too much, you can do it with the hips down if you would rather. Okay, but this is the challenge if you want the challenge. So leg forwards, leg back. So breathing the air out as you squeeze the lungs closed and the leg in. So one more forward, and then hold this back behind you and pulse the leg up. So for 4 or 5, just pulse that leg up, 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 up. That's it. And then bring that down. Bring this other hand down next to that hand, and then just push yourself into a sideward sort of child's pose. You've got your bottom back over your heels, stretching all the way down the back here, through the arms and through the shoulders. Okay, and guess what? We have 2 sides, so let's just move and do the other side. So just bring your knees round. Have a breather here. Okay, so stacking your knees on top of each other, so hand not so far from the body, just make sure the arm is straight and we're lifting up, so you can stay on your knees and you're lifting the hips and you're coming down again, or we can take the top leg long and just reach over to the top there. So we're doing a nice long line from fingers to toes. Bring the hips down. Breath in and out. So we're really working the core. Breath in to come down and out to come up. So this time when we come up, we're going to just add on slightly. So we're going to come up onto there, onto our knee. We're going to bring that leg up. We're going to bring the leg forward and back. If it's too much with the arm in the air, you can bring the hand down. If you find that a little too much, so bring that foot forward, flexing the foot, pointing the toe. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Okay, so hold the leg behind you and pulse. Lovely, so bring the other hand down, place it next to that hand, and then push yourself back into sort of a side child's pose to give yourselves a stretch here through the back and the shoulders and the hips. Okay, and then from here, let's come onto our fronts. So let's come onto our elbows. So we can do a single leg and a double leg stretch. So on your elbows into Sphinx pose, making sure the elbows directly beneath the shoulders and you have your core drawn up. So you should be balanced on your pubic bone. Your tummy should not be hanging down. Your shoulders should not be up by your ears like that. Pull your tummy in and hold it there. So just imagine there is a tennis ball just underneath your tummy there, holding you up. So legs long behind you. Taking a breath in, your eyes should be just looking forward along the floor in front, not looking up too high so we're stretching anything too much. So breath in and then just breathing out. We're going to push the foot towards the bottom. So this is what we normally do. So what I want you to do now is bring one foot in and then flex the foot, point and take it down. Bring the other foot in, flex the foot, point and then take it down. Bring the other in, flex the foot, point, take it back down. Bring the other foot in, flex the foot, point the foot, bring it down. One more each side. Point, flex, and bring it down. Okay, so lower your head down onto the mat. So we're just going to place the forehead underneath the hands there. Sorry, we're going to place the hands underneath, on the back there, and the forehead on the mat, sorry. And then we're just going to take a breath in. Bring the heels into the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and then breathing out, lift the head, shoulders and arms, let go of the hands, straighten those arms and legs and bring the head down. Now, if it's too much to do both parts of the body, you can leave the head down, you can just lift the legs or lift the head and shoulders, but do work both half of the bodies. So if you need to do 3 or 4, one end of the body, do the top half, then do the bottom half. 1, 2, 3, and really push and really lift. So let's lengthen those arms, pull those shoulders back, lengthen those legs, push those toes away, bring them in, 2, 3, and push. And again, one more. 1, 2, 3, and push. Lovely. Right, so bring your hands down by your sides. Push yourself back into child's pose and have a rest and a stretch here. Woo! It's a lovely stretch for the back. Okay, a little bit of a challenge for you now. So bring yourself forward, curl your toes under. You can push yourself up into plank. Now you can stay on your hands and knees if you rather, or you can come up into plank position. So when we do plank position, make sure your bottom is down. You are in a nice straight line. We've got none of this going on at this stage, and we're like this. So we're just going to push ourselves forward over our hands a little bit and come back. So stretching into the heels and forward. So if you need to go onto your hands, onto your knees, please do. And we're just going to do this. So this is called front leg pull. So just have your eyes looking in front of your hands. Obviously I'm just turning to see how you're doing. So let's lift up a foot. Can we come forward and back? Can we come forward and back? One more like this on this leg, and then we'll switch and do the other if you can. So again, if you're on your knees, this is absolutely fine. So just lift and lower the leg. And then come back. And then we're just going to push ourselves up into downward dog to give ourselves a bit of a break here. Have a stretch there, push the bottom to the ceiling, heels down to the mat. Breath in here, and then just breathing out, come forwards. Let's do the same again. Let's see if we can, this time, lift, alternate. Let's point the toe. Again, you can be on your knees, you do not need to be on your toes and your feet. And again, let's go back into downward dog. Let's have a stretch and a pull there. Lovely. Let's bend those knees nice and soft, and let's bring one knee into the opposite elbow. So again, you can be on your hands and knees. You do not have to be up here on your toes as well. So let's do 4 to each elbow. I'm doing the same knee to the opposite elbow. And let's do the other side. I'm doing 4 to my elbow to finish. We're nearly done, everybody. Then back to centre. Let's push ourselves up for a final stretch through the shoulders. Push those heels to the floor. Push the bottom in the air, pull up that pelvic floor. And let's walk those toes in. Let's walk those feet into our hands. How far can we bring our feet? Can we still keep our hands down there? Take a lovely big breath in here to engage your core. We're going to roll ourselves up slowly, making sure the tummy is pulled into the spine. Let the arms dangle, the head be loose. I'm going to come up, head comes up last. Bring those hands up to the ceiling. Just going to move myself back towards you. Hands up to the ceiling there. Stretching, and just have a nice stretch behind. Take hold of the wrist with one hand and pull yourself over to the side. Stretch to the side. Really important to stretch out before and after class, before and after any activities that we do, any sporting activities we do. Because stretching will help tone and lengthen the muscles. One more each side. And to the other side. Back to centre, arms round and down. Let's just take those shoulders round and down. Back the other way. And let's just take ourselves into a wide squat position and just come down and push your elbows into your knees and squat down. Stretching the hips and stretching the abductor muscles there between the legs. Well done, everybody. Good work. Great, these half-an-hour classes, aren't they? You could do 2 back to back. Okay, let's push the bottom up, straighten those legs. Let's see if we can just fold forward with the legs open. See if you can walk your hands through behind. Can you try and touch the floor behind you? And then let's walk those hands forward. And can you reach out in front, stretch in front? Come back to centre. Pull that tummy in and roll yourselves up. Walk those feet into centre. Your arms a nice circle again. Standing nice and tall. Let's finish the class with our feet parallel. We're on that piece of string. You walk out with your head high and keep this Pilates posture all day. Keep that pelvic floor drawn up when you're breathing out. So practice pulling up the pelvic floor and lowering, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, everyone.